In this lesson, we're going to be covering what's probably the most popular way to dropship, and it's what a lot of gurus out there are teaching, and unfortunately, it's not a very viable option in today's environment. It's what I call the general store dropshipping model, and you have definitely seen a lot of these stores out there, or at least seen someone teaching this method. The theory behind the general store dropshipping business model is actually quite simple. You add in a bunch of random products to a website, often disorganized and with no theme or continuity to them, and then you literally just try to see what works. This business model involves testing a lot of different products at once, directing traffic into the product page level, and then hoping that one of these many products ends up going viral. Once the particular product goes viral, you expand your budget and focus on selling that particular product. If you're lucky, you'll get several viral products that you can push collectively. It's basically a shotgun approach to a lot of different products, and you try to focus on the winners. The benefits of this drop shipping approach is that number one, the website is relatively easy to set up, as design, organization, and professionalism is hard to achieve with a bunch of random products, so there isn't really a reason to make the website look that visually appealing. Number two, it hypothetically gives you a chance to generate some sales even if it isn't profitable, because you're working with a lot of random products and driving traffic at the product level. And three, you just need one website for an infinite pool of products that you can ever hope to sell. Meaning you build a website one time and you just keep piling and piling on. These three factors make this approach the most popular approach. Unfortunately, it's no longer viable. Why? Well, we're gonna go over the many flaws of this approach. The first flaw is that this dropshipping method has been overused with consumers. We talked about this as one of the important external factors that are outside your control in the previous lessons. Customers have been seeing general stores for years now and have mostly had terrible experiences with them. Think about how many customers have purchased from a dropshipping business at some point in their lives. These customers aren't going to want to see another scammy general store that looks like a site that gave them a bad taste in their mouths and lost them money from their wallets. They just simply aren't going to fall for the same tactic over again. Secondly, once you find a viral product, competitors will quickly crowd the product out. Remember, we talked about competitors as another external variable. More and more dropshippers are entering the space every single day, and they're mostly doing general stores because it's what everyone's teaching. This means that they are hyenas always on the prowl for viral products. And in case you didn't know, AliExpress actually gives your viral products away as they sort by order number on their website, which generally means what's selling most in the world of dropshipping. The more orders you get on a product, the more likely people are going to be able to see that product is going viral. Maybe they'll even spot one of your advertisements on Facebook with any of the tools out there and see an ad that is going viral as well. So with the general store model, you'll find a viral product and then immediately have to find another one once the product fizzles out, either because of competitors or because customers are bored seeing the same thing everywhere. It's a never-ending, exhausting rat race of always trying to find new viral products. Any income that you make off of one viral product, you probably have to devote to testing a bunch of others until you find another one. I don't know about you, but this doesn't sound like sustainable fun to me. The third flaw, there is no incentive to build infrastructure, which pisses everyone off. This pisses Facebook off, this pisses payment processors off, and of course it pisses customers off. I'm gonna be honest with you, product quality on AliExpress can be hit or miss. Plus logistics isn't going to be great when you first start. Fortunately, there's a way to improve all of these things as your business scales, which I'll teach you guys how to do step by step. The problem with a general store is that products come and go so quick, there is no incentive to build this type of infrastructure. Think about it. Why bother getting something branded, remanufactured with higher quality, faster logistics, etc., when you know that the product is going to die soon anyways as competitors crowd it out? In the past, this model was okay, but we know now that pissing off customers, Facebook, and payment processors is a guaranteed way to run your business to the ground. So inevitably, this is what happens to every single general store. And I'm sure you have seen general stores around. And if you haven't, we're going to dissect one right now so you know exactly what I'm talking about. Here we have an example of a classic general store, and this is actually one of the better ones that I've seen out there in the market. Most of them out there are even scammier and less professional than this particular site, and I'm sure that you've seen a lot of websites like this all over your newsfeed. As you can see, there's really no consistent theme for all the products. This merchant is selling a lot of random stuff, from a rainbow shower head to car accessories, and just think about it. Which type of legitimate brand or business out there in the real world, the type of businesses that consumers trust, is selling kitchen stuff, mom and kid stuff, home and garden, health and beauty, just kind of a cluster of random things, right? The only legitimate businesses that do this is like Walmart or Costco, not any legitimate brands. So immediately it's just lacks that theme and professionalism that goes a long way in 2020 as consumers are getting a lot smarter. So now we look at the product page level, and this is basically where all of the traffic is being executed, right? Advertisements that general store entrepreneurs use is they run all of the traffic from Facebook onto the individual product page, and this product page is a lot more professional than the home page, and that's because this is where everyone is going to, and they're pushing a lot of different products and really testing them to make sure one goes viral, and then they push that product like no other, and then eventually dies because of competition, or they get banned off of Facebook because it's very poor quality and there's no incentive to build infrastructure, and then the merchant just moves on to the next product. But any single time a customer goes onto a general store and just clicks back to the homepage, bam, not very confidence inspiring. And now we're taking a look at the Facebook ad library of this particular merchant, which basically gives you a glimpse of all of the ads that a particular Facebook page or business is running. It's full transparency, and this person is no longer running advertising, and the page was created on July 27th, 2019, so the store is already dead. And that's why this general store business model just doesn't work in 2020. And let's take a look at another general store. This one is called Shop with Paylow, and again, it's one of the better ones out there. But the moment you go onto this website, you can see all this kind of cluster of random products. You have a magnaphone as well as slippers and also earrings, and the images are very different size. There's no professional business that has a website that looks like this, right? It's very disjointed, very disorganized. Let's take a look at the product page level. Again, the product page level is where things are kind of more professional, a lot more clean, and this is because all the traffic is being run here. And again, you go back to the home page, it's not going to look too pretty, and customers are probably going to bounce out. Fortunately, this business is still alive in 2020, and this is your classic general store style of ad. It's basically very, very product centric. You click on this particular advertisement, it's pushing this ring, and if you click on it, it's going to take you to the product page level of this ring, and you can see all the different products that this person is testing. You have this box as well, and anytime you see creatives that are very gimmicky and kind of focused on some gadget or some sort of wow factor product, it's usually a general store or a single product store that's pushing them. And this is the business model that is not going to be very sustainable in 2020 and will not give you sustainable sales, because these products are always rotating and they're never good quality because there's no incentive to build infrastructure. On top of all of this, think about the skill set you learn by creating a general store. How could you ever leverage that skill set to do anything else besides build more scammy general stores? Enough about this broken model, because you and I are going to be building something that actually works. And that is definitely not a general store in 2020.